Hello, everyone. Welcome to your live watch along for Arsenal versus RC Lens in the Champions League. Make sure you guys are liking this video and subscribing to the channel. I know we haven't done one of these in a while, but I'm looking forward to watching this game with you guys. And obviously, we're going to start our pre-match vibes off with a little bit of team news. So, yeah, Sevilla are winning 1-0 right now. 2-0. 2-0. Sevilla are winning 2-0. And so if Sevilla win this game, we are already through before the ball is even kicked, which would be amazing for us because then there's not really anything to worry about. And so I'm looking forward today as an opportunity for Arsenal to spread their wings a little bit, get the attack going. We got the old band together. We'll talk about that in a second. And maybe get to see some youngsters out there on the pitch at the Emirates, which would be amazing. And I'm hearing it's really cold there. So hopefully everybody is bundled up. Let's see what you guys are saying. Matt G says, come on, you Gunners. Nocturnal Gunner says, okay, I'm here, Jessica. Thank you. Thank you. Just to remind you guys, this stream is going to immediately redirect you to the player ratings. So if you guys are watching on your computer or whatever, this will automatically direct you there. So you can just leave it up on your browser. If you decide that, you want to go watch the game and come back for halftime and stuff like that, that's great. This will automatically take you to player ratings. So there's no need to leave this stream. Getting into the team news, Arsenal are starting off with Raya in goal. No surprise there. Tomiyasu at right back. Ben White is available, but he's not fit enough to start. That's my assumption if he's not starting. So Tomiyasu keeps his place at right back. Saliba and Gabriel, our best center back pairing. Zinchenko starts off at left back. Rice and Odegaard and Havertz. We saw a lot of this midfield three at the beginning of the season. About 6 games we've played with this midfield three, and up until this point it hasn't really felt that balanced. It hasn't really got going. But if this is something that Arteta wants to see, we have to just let them play and get those connections together. I said on the morning show today that Declan Rice is passing less to Odegaard than Thomas Partey has. And those connections are so important. So hopefully Odegaard and Rice start to build a little bit of relationship now that Odegaard is back, and Havertz can find his feet in a midfield position after scoring the winning goal against Brentford at the weekend. Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus getting the old band back together. That was our tried and true front three last season. They scored 40 goals together last season altogether, which is amazing for that three. We know that we spread the goals around. And so seeing that three together once again is, I think, a good thing because they're the ones that we know that it really works. Now, Trossard does work with Saka and Martinelli, but this is Jesus' competition. This is where he shines. And Martinelli and Jesus have a connection probably just as strong, in my opinion, as Odegaard and Saka. So it's looking good. It's looking good on paper. It looks good, right? And so again, I'm hoping that we're at home. Hopefully the pressure is off because Sevilla goes ahead and wins this game easily. They have about 30 minutes left. So we will have already qualified. So the shoulders can go down. We can relax. We're at home and put a couple past a launch side that is not a bad side, but they're also not amazing. Looking at their statistics, they're a team that doesn't lose a lot, but they don't always win either. They draw a lot of games and they're physical and can be clinical when it matters, but ultimately Arsenal are the much better side and we're at home. Looking at the bench, you have Ramsdale, Hine, 2 goalkeepers, White, Cedric, Kivior, Jorginho, Elneny, Nelson, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri, Trossard, and Nketiah. So what stands out to me there is that from a senior perspective, there's not really a lot of players that can come on and make a huge difference beyond Trossard. Now, Jorginho can make that kind of difference where if we need to just kind of hold on to the ball and pass it around and stuff like that at the end of the game, he could do that. And Trossard can come on and make a difference in the goal scoring department, maybe Nketiah, but Yeah. I think what most Gooners probably want to see is Miles Lewis-Skelly and Noweri get a run out. That will only happen if Arsenal are up like 6-0. I would be very, very shocked if Mikel Arteta gave them any sort of playing time today. So I wouldn't hold my breath, even if we're winning the game pretty comfortably. You know how Arteta is. He's not really known for blooding in the youth and bringing players through and giving them lots of playing time. He will give them debuts, but he doesn't necessarily bring them into the team and blood them in. So I wouldn't necessarily be holding my breath for something like that. It would take probably a really big scoreline. We've even seen when we've been winning 3-0 that he doesn't tend to make a lot of changes anyway. So I would imagine that if the game is going well and we're scoring quite a bit of goals and we look comfortable, the players that will come on will be like Nketiah and Nelson, not Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Noweri. But it is nice to see them involved in the team. It is nice to see them at least in the game day squad. And so we can all cross our fingers, but I would I would not hold my breath. Let's see what's going on in the other games. My stomach hurts. Not like you guys care. But, it's 3-2 with Galatasaray and Manchester United. So Manchester United are winning that game. Hakim Ziyech has scored 2 goals, which is crazy. So that game has had loads and loads of goals. Scott McTominay scoring right after about 10 minutes after the break. So we'll see what happens with that. But I mean, Manchester United, they know how to score goals, but they definitely don't know how to keep them out. See what you guys are saying. Jordan Hill says, afternoon, Jess, how's it going? It's going well. Matt G says, I wonder if Sevilla winning means the team will not go all out as they have already qualified. I just want to see them relaxed. Like, I think there's a fine balance between being comfortably confident and being complacent. And I think Arsenal are a little bit rigid, and it would be nice to see them relax a little bit and play their game, hopefully with a little bit more space, kind of like how we saw against PSV. I thought we did allow them some space and some opportunities. I do remember that game feeling a little bit more like they had some opportunities that maybe they should have done better, but we ended up scoring 4 goals, so it didn't really matter. I think Arsenal just need to relax a little bit and find their goal scoring boots, and we have our best players out there in order to do that. So make it happen. Boy says, finally a stream. Boy says, today was a good day. Jason says, 3-0 to Arsenal, and you are amazing. Thank you so much. Shamaria says, Galatasaray goal. Boy says, please play Noweri and Miles Lewis-Skelly. That would be great, but again, would not hold my breath. Nocturnal Gunner says, listen, I want to see them on at 3-0. Hugo says, hi, Jess, hope you're well. Going for 4-1 Arsenal. Boy says Wenger would be starting those two if he was in the same position. Wenger and Arteta are very different. You know, I think the one thing that Arteta did get from Arsene is a little bit more of like his commitment to players, maybe some of his like philosophy in terms of like, he's a little bit more of like Arsene off the pitch. Like he gained a lot more of that, not anything really tactically attacking wise. For me, Arteta really does come from the school of Pep and Moyes, like in terms of what he does on the pitch, off the pitch, in terms of like how the club should be run and, you know, the mentality and like those types of things. Like that's what he got from Arsene, and loving the players, you know, loving the players, staying committed to players, whether rightly or wrongly, things like that. He is not from the school of Arsene. On the pitch. David says, just watch Man United game in Turkey. 2 big errors by United goalkeeper. Damn. Theo Jean says the Gunners are the winner. Lucas says, remember people, it's about finishing first, not just qualify. Lucas says this is shocking from Onana. So I guess that means that he's just letting in goals and making it difficult for them to just, this should probably have been a more straightforward score win for Manchester United, I think you guys are saying, and it's Onana that's making it difficult. That's crazy. You definitely don't want to be that guy, do you? You definitely don't want to be that guy. Malia says, hey, hope you're okay, Jess. I am okay. I'm actually doing really well. I'm looking forward to the game and doing this watch along. We'll roll straight into player ratings immediately after. And so, yeah, I am having a good day so far. Hopefully, Arsenal do not ruin it. David says Manchester United need a new goalkeeper. Please don't sell them. Ramsdale would break my heart and win Man United a trophy. Panyo says, "Hey Jess, hope you're doing a fantastic job. Big fan. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that." Boy says, "Always knew that Onana and Amrabat were going to be suspect purchases." Lucas says, "Yeah, Jess, watch those Onana mistakes, especially the second one. Damn." Okay, well, let's see. Let me see what Beth said. I always look and see what Beth said, because she's always talking about what's going on with Onana. Let's see. No words. That's so funny. And I guess they're complaining about getting yellows. Tough shit. So yeah, going back to our game, we're in a really good position right now. I don't think there's anything to necessarily worry about. It's just about, I think, getting on the front foot and scoring early. Arsenal have struggled to score early. I did see like a stat that, like in last season, we were one of the teams that scored early the most, like in the first 15 minutes. And this season, we've only scored like once in the first 15 minutes. It seems like we've been able to break teams open a little bit easier in the Champions League. We scored an early goal against Lens in the away fixture. We scored, it may not have been that early, maybe right before halftime, but we scored against Sevilla away. It seems like in the first half, we scored against Sevilla at home in the first half, I think, as well. So, and against PSV, we definitely scored quite early. So it seems like in the Champions League, we're able to put our foot on the gas early, but in the Premier League, it's a little bit different. I wonder why that is, if it's instruction to not go full throttle at the beginning and try to get control first. But it would really help Arsenal out, I think, early to get that goal, to get that goal, settle the nerves, or, just make Lens feel like this is not going to be a game that they're going to get anything out of. Now, I know we scored early in the away fixture, but then we gave them a goal back with a mistaken possession. So it's one of those where I just kind of want to see them go out there and have fun, not too much fun where they concede a lot of goals or anything like that. 3-3? No. See, Walder, are you going to do that thing? See, Walder, you going to do that thing? You going to do that thing? You going to do that thing where you tell me the score before it happens? See, Walder, you're the best for it. But is it really 3-3? Let me know. Malia says, I hope we avoid Real Madrid, Bayern, and Barcelona. Malia says, see what the United game. See, Walder says, yep. No words. No words. No words. No words for Manchester United right now. It's like when Man City went down 2-0 against RB Leipzig, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that they were going to come back and win that game. There was no way that they were going to get out of there with anything less than a win. Manchester United went up 2-0, and I thought without a shadow of a doubt they would make it more difficult than it needed to be. And they have done it. Wow. Who is Mohamed Karem? I'm not even going to try to say his last name. Thank you to that man. Nocturnal says, Sevilla, please don't do any nonsense. I guess maybe PSV have scored as well. Lucas Ocampos has received a red card, and one of their Sevilla, the PSV players, scored directly after that. So yeah, we may not be fully qualified, so things can turn on ahead really, really quickly. Sevilla, listen, about 20 minutes, they could be in trouble. They're about to show me the howlers, you guys. Hold on. Oh, Nana. What has he done there? Oh my gosh. That was so bad. The third goal, though, that was a really nice goal. I don't know who that person is, but That man hit it. He hit that ball with all his might. Wow. That was a great goal. That was a great goal. The good thing though, you guys, is that even if Sevilla decide to bottle it from here, it's still all in our hands. Win today, win the group. Like, it's really just that simple, I think. So I'm not that worried about it. I would love for Sevilla to make it easier on us, but I don't feel like relying upon other teams to do things ever really works out for us anyway. So it is what it is. T01 says, I swear Sevilla are Europa League merchants. C. Walder says, promise not to spoil the Arsenal goals, not even one of those. Yeah, you always do the little monkey with the hand over his mouth. It's and I'm like, what happened? What happened? Ronnie says, Manchester United 3, Galatasaray 3. Yeah, there's probably still more goals in that, to be honest. Definitely probably some more goals in that one. There's still 15 minutes left, so anything can happen. But nobody is defending in that game. It's all about goals in that one. I don't want our game to be anything like that. But only goals for us. Only goals for us. Let's see what Beth said. I'm sorry. It's just so funny. We're so embarrassing. Oh man. There's nothing I love more than Manchester United being hurt. Nothing more. Nothing more. Looking at, let's see. Onana is elite. I'm just looking at the timeline and seeing how it's in tatters. Woof. A mess. A mess, a mess, a mess, a mess, a mess. So yeah, you guys, we play. Sevilla may not do us any favors, whatever. But everything is in our hands. Lons, again, are a weird side because it's like they're not that good, but they're also not that bad. So it's kind of like you're not quite sure what you're going to get. What you do know is you're going to get a physical battle here, because I thought that was that in the Chelsea game were the two games where I felt as though we just lost the physical battle and did not earn the right to play. There were so many duels that we did not win away at Lens, and it was just like, I cannot believe it. The only player that was winning his duels was Rice. And when I mean winning the duels, I mean like kind of like in midfield. And so I can understand why Arteta may have went with Havertz over Trossard. Obviously, Trossard doing the presser was a little bit of a mind games. And it's so weird because for me, I feel like now this has just thrown everything out of whack for me now, because for me, it's always been whoever does the presser is starting, and the graphic is not always that accurate. Now I'm like, okay, is the graphic more accurate? And that's why I had like Havertz was on the graphic. So I should be looking at the graphic and not the presser. Arteta's playing so many mind games. Hopefully it works out for us. Unlucky for Trossard. I don't think he necessarily deserves to lose a spot, but if you're going to be playing up against a more physical side, then maybe it is better to have Havertz there, especially if you're going to play Zinchenko. And maybe it's just the case that, if Ben White's not fit enough and you can't put Tomiyasu on the left, then you have to play Havertz to make sure you have more physical presence. So it could have been a last minute decision. If Ben White had been available, maybe Arteta would have felt comfortable playing Trossard at left center mid. But yeah, I don't really think you want to see Trossard and Zinchenko against a physical side on that side, because as much as Trossi is good on the ball, I think he understands that one of his weaknesses is off the ball. He even spoke about it in the presser that he needs to remain switched on. And I think that's one of the reasons why Arteta probably doesn't want him to play left center mid in every single game or most games at all, because Arteta really values off the ball. So if Arteta feels like it's going to be a little bit of an off the ball game, he probably would go with Havertz, especially with Zinchenko at left back. Let's see. David says it's 3-3 in Turkey. Man United now bottom of the group. Arsenal should win tonight, but I think it will be close. For me, we are probably qualified for the knockout stages. I'm more nervous about the 3 points on Saturday. The other thing as well about Lens that I want to put out there is that in their last 12 games or something, they haven't conceded more than a goal, something like that. So they don't typically concede more than one. So the idea that we're going to go out there and score 4 or 5, statistically, that feels unlikely. Statistically, that feels unlikely. That's all I'll say. So yeah, they haven't lost a game in like their last 12. Everything has been a win or a draw, and they don't typically give up more than one goal. So this could end up being 1-0 to Arsenal. It could end up being 2-1 Arsenal. It could end up being 1-1, anything like that. And we saw in the reverse fixture that they were a really tricky opponent. It never really felt like the first 15 minutes, it felt like we were going to go out there and just run over them. But then, we gave them the goal, and that goal, like, I don't want to say that we just gave it to them. We made a mistake, but everything that they did after that was like perfection. Everything after that was absolute perfection. It was just like they popped it around us so quickly. We couldn't get back into our positions, and they were super clinical. So, this is a team that's a very tricky opponent, and I don't think we can go in there thinking that it's going to be 4-5-0 and then Miles Lewis-Skelly and them are going to come out there. I'm going more for like if we got 2-0 win, I'd be surprised based on the statistics and what I've seen from this team so far. So yeah, let's see what else is going on in the world. What's going on in the world? I'm so excited for the boys though. Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri. It's just nice to be involved. It's just nice to be in and around the squad, isn't it? Nocturnal Gunner says 2-0 is kind of what I expect. Yeah, something around there, like 2-0. They haven't given up more than one goal in a long time. So they're a good defensive side. That Danso is going to be, I don't know if let me look at the lineup for them, because he was a very difficult defender to get beyond, and I did kind of feel like he got the better of Gabriel Jesus in the end. Jesus did score the initial goal, but I did feel like as the game wore on, he just kind of did that thing where he got in Gabriel Jesus's head, and that was it. So yeah, Danso is at the back for them, and they have a back three. So they're playing a 3-4-2-1, with Eli Wahi up front. Eli Wahi is probably one of their better players, and a difficult opponent to play against. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Openda, the player that played for RB Leipzig yesterday and scored those 2 goals. Like, just a good, like, striker that knows where the goal is and makes it difficult for the opponents. Not necessarily big, not necessarily strong, but has striker instincts, right? And so Danso is going to be the key for them back there. I think he just kind of leads the tone in terms of like, we're going to beat you up, getting your head. And Jesus tends to let those physical battles get into his head, especially if on the night he's not on it. And so, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that one. For sure. Let's see what else is going on. John P says, United, oh dear. Nocturnal Gunner says, but hopefully we have more space in UCL because I need us to click better. Yeah, we need to click from an attacking standpoint. So it really shouldn't be I do think we really struggled once Saka went off in the opposite fixture. One, I thought the environment got to us. I thought it was like our first away fixture in Europe. And so the environment and the occasion kind of got to us a little bit. And then once Saka went off and it was like Fabio Vieira, Trossard, and Gabriel Jesus, I think there was just no way we were going to be able to do anything. Not playing in behind, not playing direct, nothing, So having our best attackers will definitely help us. Being at home will definitely help us. And hopefully, since we've played a couple of games now in Champions League, home and away, we have gotten used to it being like high pressure and kind of move on. Chosen One says, hey, Jess, what's up? If PSV loses, Arsenal qualify no matter what, by the way. Yeah. Hopefully they do win. Hopefully they do win. I'm not feeling that confident about Sevilla right now. Excuse me, because it's 2-1 and Sevilla are playing a man down. So yeah, Jason says, sing the group a song when Arsenal win. Let's see. John P says, I really think we should think more about giving Kivior some minutes soon. This is an interesting one. We need to keep him feeling involved. He could be important if we get one more injury. What is going on with... Oh, shoot. Hold on. Did they score, you guys? They're showing PSV now versus Sevilla. Did they score? Good. Okay. Yeah, we've been talking about this quite a bit. Kivior is not somebody that seems to be getting any playing time. He's not really, he's like the cup guy right now. Like he was kind of like Ramsdale in a way where it's like you're only going to play in the Carabao Cup. Now that we're not in the Carabao Cup, when is the next time we're going to see Kivior? He did play against Sheffield, I think. But I would like to see him get more minutes because he's a good player. And like you guys said, you want him to be kind of confident if something were to happen to one of our defenders. I think there's probably quite a few of our players playing with injuries right now. And so spreading those minutes around could be really useful. And, Kivior, the more he plays, the more confident he'll become. And he's a really quiet guy too. So if he's not getting playing time and he's kind of on the outskirts of the squad, and I don't think that really bodes well for him to be able to jump into the team if something were to happen. He starts for his national team, so it's not like he's a bum, right? And so I would love to see him get a little bit more playing time here and there. But we know how Arteta is with his squad. Like, he only trusts certain people, and others are just kind of in the background, and Kivior is definitely in the background right now. So yeah, Boy says the manager doesn't like Kivior. He's hoping someone comes to sign him and get him that Diamande money. I wonder if he really is an Arteta signing or not, or if it was something that Edu decided to do. I don't know, because he just doesn't seem to have really, I don't want to say he hasn't warmed to him, because that feels like he hates him. It's not that, it just feels as though like he is so far down the pecking order. And, Tomiyasu is meant to be playing on the right, but Tomiyasu is playing in front of him now. Oh, PSV scored. Damn. Not an own goal. Yeah, we're going to have to, we're not getting any help from them. We're not getting any help from them. So yeah, I think that like Kivior is just that player that he's so far down the pecking order. Like even other teams are gonna, other players that don't even really play in that position are playing above him now and there. And so I don't know what's gonna happen with Kivior, but I mean, teams are gonna come knocking in January, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he'd want to go back to Italy, because it's like, I'm not getting any playing time right now, PSV says John P says PSV scored. Chosen One says it's all good. Arsenal don't need to rely on anyone as long as we get the win. They top the group. Yeah, if we avoid defeat, we go through no matter what. If we win, we top the group. So Tawanda says Tomiyasu is a starting player. All of a sudden, Kivior will get his chance. Hopefully, and maybe it's just the case that like there just needs to be a time for him to come in. There was a time where, Tommy couldn't get minutes, like you're saying. So maybe it's just the case that he needs to be more patient. Let's see what's going on here. They're showing a little bit of Galatasaray and Manchester United. Bruno hit the post. Tawanda says Tomiyasu is the starting player. Yeah, you said that. T. Wilder says, so end-to-end in the Man United game, it can't end 3-3. There's definitely a winner there. And I think that kind of suits both teams, is for it to be wide open, So yeah. Once Sevilla went down to 10 men, it was only a matter of time before they would concede. So yeah. deeply, deeply unserious. Not sure, Sevilla just are not. I think what are they trying to get into the Europa League? Are they bottom of the group? Who knows? Let's look. I don't even know what's going on beyond us. That's how bad it is. Let's see. Sevilla Champions League. Yeah, so Sevilla, now that they're drawn with PSV, they're bottom of the group. So not good. Not good for them. They may not even get Europa at this stage, and that's the competition that they always want to be in. John P says maybe we should think about rotating Gabriel once in a while now that he's flying like around to Brazil. Yeah, like it would not hurt for Gabriel to sit for 1 or 2 games here and there, and Kivior to play with Saliba, because you just want them to be comfortable, right? With each other and to have played with each other before. Tawanda says Man United, laugh, laugh, laugh. Wouldn't be surprised if they got the winner, though. Lucas says if it ends 2-2 draw, it will also give us top spot. Will it? Nocturnal Gunner says it would hurt me. Let's see what's going on. Oh, is Napoli and Real Madrid? Is that happening now? Or was that before? What's going on in this? Oh, they're just showing Napoli's games. How are Napoli doing this season? Are they any good? I haven't really heard much. Last season they were like that girl. Now it's like nobody even talks about them anymore. Let's take a look. Let's take a gander. They're 4th in Serie A. Inter really that team right now. Juventus obviously not playing in any European competition would be able to focus on Serie A. They're 2nd. Milan is 3rd. And then you have Napoli chilling in 4th. That's very interesting, considering how big of like a breakout season they had last season and like how everybody was talking about them. So yeah, let's see. Tawanda says Napoli are bad. Lucas says yes, we would be on 10 points. PSV and Lens on 6. Well, let's hope that they can hold on. I just have very little faith in Sevilla. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave something up. Now they're showing that game too. I don't want to see it. I just want it to be over. There's probably quite a bit of stoppage time left, huh? Let's see. Yeah, Sevilla being 2-0 up and then conceding 2, it just doesn't bode well at all. Oh, but the PSV goal, that was a serious goal. The first one that they scored, that's a serious goal that number 34 scored. Oh man, that is a brilliant goal. Damn. That is a brilliant goal. Damn. Let's see what's going on. Manchester United pushing. How did they not score? How did Galatasaray how did they not concede there? Oh, that is insane, you guys. That is like that would have been such a bad goal to concede. Are Galatasaray down a man the way that they're just like wide open and walking around? Are they down a man? The way they're playing is like they're down a man. That is insane. Chosen One says that was my reaction, Jess. What the heck was that? It was like I just knew it was going in the back of the net. Galatasaray, they're not going to hold on. There's no way. There's no way. What are they doing? They're probably tired from just running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because that's what it looks like they're doing. And Manchester United probably have just a little bit more. Yeah, have a little bit more. Yeah, I don't think they're going to make it. Galatasaray are not making it, y'all. I'm so sorry to I hate to break it to you. They're not making it. God damn. They're walking around. They're barely making it. It's crazy. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, they're just showing. Ooh, McTominay, that's awful. Yeah, there's like, what, 1 more minute left in that game? Let's see what happens there. Well, they're already in the 94th minute. That game should be over. They're adding more time. Not sure why. Not sure why. Not sure why. Referee, call the game. It's over 3-3. United. That is so bad. Poor babies. Poor babies. Now, how much time is left in the Sevilla game? How much time is left in the Sevilla game, y'all? I think mine is just a little bit delayed, you know, so it's probably why I'm like way behind everybody else. But United. Oh. Lucas says, I just saw the PSV goal. Yeah, that first one that he scored, that was a serious freaking goal. Like, it's one of those types of goals where it's like, fair enough, you know? You really, I mean, that was a really nice goal. Now let's see. I'm just refreshing things. Yeah, full time 3-3. Unlucky. How much more time in the Sevilla game? How much time are they going to give them? Here to there says, as soon as Onana is the ultimate boom or bust goalkeeper, he either makes a howler, or he bails them out. Oh, 3-2 PSV. Oh, man. Oh, well. I knew I couldn't trust PSV. I knew I couldn't trust them. John P says, Goldbridge just to throw the chair over. Here to there, I was finishing your comment, says, he either makes a howler or he bails them out. Never seems to be middle ground. Trini says, let's go. Oh, man. Curved Glasses says, evening, my first watch along with you. Well, welcome. Welcome to the place where you guys get to watch me make a fool out of myself. Oh, man. And it's Peppy, of all people. Nocturnal Gunner, I hope you're watching right now. Your boy actually just messed up things for us. So good job. Way to go. Let's see. Trini says, good job on the eyeliner today, Jess. Thanks. Oh, my God. Watching that goal. Jesus. So what? Yeah, we just have to win today. Win today, and we're fine. Because there's no way PSV can go ahead of us. But, I mean, I'm not even happy for Peppy right now. I can't be. I won't be. I won't be. I will not be happy right now because that just hurt us so badly. It didn't hurt us that badly, but come on. We just need to win now. I'm so upset now. All right, let's switch it over to our game. Let's see. Lucas says Onana was good for a few games and he's back. Kasim says, Onana. Galvin says, do United want Ramsdale? We'll give him to them for a good price. Trini says, if we can't do the business at home against League One, then come on. Hey, this is the truth, okay? That is the absolute truth. If we can't do it, then we're not a serious team. Thing is, though, is that these European games are no joke. People thinking we're going to beat them up 3-0. I don't think so. Let's see. Let's go to the live schedule. Yeah, Sevilla, you're so fucking worthless. Couldn't do anything. Let's see. BroPro says Odegaard ball next. You guys, Odegaard is due a really good game. I know that he, suffered the injury and stuff, and so that obviously, impacts your ability to have like good consistency. So that kind of explains some of the play that we've seen from him. But he says he's good and he's playing better now. He's feeling better now, and so we really need to see a big performance from him. I think. I think we need to see that player is still there. I know it's still there, but as the days go by, it's like, okay, we're almost halfway through the season and you really haven't gotten going. Martinelli really hasn't gotten going. Nobody's really gotten going except for Saka. So we really need our players to get going, you know. Jason says, no way. Don't be upset. We will win 3-0. Kasim says Martinelli and Saka would have mauled Galatasaray with the space that was available. John P says Martinelli loves the Champions League. Who's their fullback? The thing is, though, is that I don't know. I hate Sevilla so much right now. Let's see. I'll share with you guys the screen real quick. Here we go. All right, so mind you, I don't know who all these players are, but you know, they're playing 3 at the back, so they'll have 5 back there most of the time, and they're probably playing that way to make sure that Saka and Martinelli don't have a lot of space. Saka and Martinelli don't have, you know, they have multiple players on them all the time. So it's going to be one of those games. I'm sure these players will double up on Saka and Martinelli, this Frankowski and Gradit. And that's why it's going to be so important for our midfielders to be, our eights to be involved in the attack. I felt like all season that they've almost been like missing in action. It's like the game goes by and you're like, what did they do? Like besides like recycle possession. And so I think it's going to be important for like, if you have Kai Havertz out there, for him to be ghosting into the box and making those late man runs, for Odegaard to be receiving the ball in dangerous areas, moving these pieces around a little bit. And then, you know, from there, it's just about putting the ball in the back of the net. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be exactly the same as Sevilla. I think Lens are a little bit more, I think they'll be a little bit more tactically, you know, their tactics will probably be a little bit better than Sevilla, because Sevilla just said, whatever, we have Betis at the weekend. We don't even care about this. We're not even going to double up. If we get cooked, we get cooked. I don't think they'll be in the same camp here. So, yeah. Let's see. Off the Radar says we must win. Absolutely, we must win this game. Oyvind says, here's my biggest Arsenal claim to fame. I once had a Wii next to Martin Keown. I got so nervous I couldn't go. Fair enough. Here to There says, disappointed and surprised about Trossard, especially because he was the one at the pregame press conference that normally means a start. Could have been a last-minute decision, like I said. I don't want to say it's 100% because like Arteta was doing mind games. It could have just been the case that like I would imagine Arteta would feel more comfortable with Trossard playing at left center mid if he could play Tommy on the left. But if Ben White wasn't ready to go and they made a last minute decision whether or not he should start, and you have to move Tommy to the right and you're playing Zinchenko, you're going to want a more off the ball player on that side. And so against a more physical team. So I do think that like it could have just been a last minute decision, but at the same time, like it could be Arteta just playing mind games. And if that's, then we can't even trust the presser anymore. Because usually on the presser, that means that player is starting. And so if he's taken that away from us, then we have absolutely no idea there's no clues who's going to start ever. And maybe that's what he wants. Chosen One says, Jess, has anyone surprised you this season with their output for Arsenal more or less GA than you expected? I mean, I am surprised at, you know, how little GA Martinelli has, or not even how little. It's just like he has like 2 goals. He has 1 goal and 2 assists in the Premier League. I think I would have expected at this stage for him to be a lot further along, but he did have quite a few, like a long-term injury or an injury that took him out for about a month. So that's significant. But yeah, I'm surprised that he's not on higher numbers. I think Saka has pretty much been Saka. I never really expected Odegaard to keep up the same levels that he did last season, because that was like anything that he touched went in the back of the net. That's so unlikely, and he was overperforming his XG by quite a bit. I'm surprised by how much Declan Rice has given us in terms of goals and assists. I think that's not something that I counted on. I think he's been the biggest revelation in terms of like scoring goals and creating chances. I watched a comp of Declan Rice the other day where you watch some of the, like, he actually has been robbed of quite a few assists as well. So I've actually been surprised at how good Declan Rice has been in the final third, considering what position he plays for us. But yeah, I think Martinelli's lack of goals and Declan Rice's ability in the final third and how he's influencing us in the final third and his kind of like that clutch gene, that is something that I did not take into consideration. I really do think that he's really well-rounded. And he could be he could be like that all-arounder that we've always needed. I'm not a big fan of like 100% specialists. I think sometimes that limits you, and then the pieces around them have to be so perfect and meshed together that like if you take those pieces out, they don't work. Like Jorginho, if he doesn't have physical players around him, he doesn't work. So you can't use him. Declan Rice is probably going to end up being the type of player for us that no matter who's in there, he can play with them. And I think when you spend 100 million on a player, they have to be an all-arounder, which is what he looks like he's going to be. Lucas says Frankowski has a good stamina, can run for days. Well, yeah, then he'll give Martinelli a run for his money then. David says, my opinion is we must not sell Ramsdale to Manchester United and help a rival. Perhaps Runnerson may fancy a move there, but no way sell Ramsdale to a Premier League top 6 side. I wonder would they be looking for another goalkeeper? I do think Ten Hag has went really big on Onana. And so I don't know if they'll be in January looking for a new goalkeeper, even in the summer. But I would prefer us to sell Ramsdale to like Wolves or something like that. You know, I'd take 5 million less to sell him away from a rival just because like we don't really need that narrative bullshit right now. We really don't need that. Oh, you sold him to Chelsea. Look how great he is. Like, we don't need that. You know, Alistair Ben says United game was very entertaining, but Nartreno says I'm so conflicted. Pepe is the one that scored the PSV winner, but I needed Sevilla to win. Your boy did us dirty. Trini says very technical midfield. Trini says hope they don't get bullied. I don't think we have another option for that midfield position, that left 8, that would not make us feel like it's a little lightweight. I actually think Kai Havertz is probably the best physical option that we have. I think Havertz is a better dual midfielder than Jorginho. So if you put Jorginho in there, you're getting weaker. If you put Trossard in there, you're getting weaker. You put ESR in there, if he was fit, you're weaker. If you put Vieira in there, you're weaker. So I actually think like this is probably our most like robust physical midfield that you can get, you know. Here to there says spot on, Jess. I'm most concerned that Nelly and Odegaard aren't getting in good shooting positions this year. Yeah, we're just not really in the same areas that we were last season. We're really far away from the goal, and when we do get touches in the box, nobody shoots. And I think the wrong players are on the ball. Like, I don't know. I have lots of thoughts of why this is all like happening, but there are times in the box where I see Saka get the ball, and instead of shooting himself, he passes it to Nketiah. I saw, you know, the other day, Martinelli's in a really good position to shoot with his left. He cuts it back. He's in the box facing the goal, and instead of shooting and taking a risk, he turns back and passes it to Gabriel Jesus. So I don't even know if it's just like they're not getting in good shooting positions. I think we are actively overthinking absolutely everything in the box. And it's like, oh, well, let me go back and like try to give it to somebody else instead of just shooting. Shoot more, be more selfish, stop passing it to less optimal options. Martinelli and Saka shooting is much more likely to give us a goal than Nketiah and Jesus. So they need to shoot. They need to shoot more and stop playing scared, or stop, you know, it's like every time I see Saka pass the ball to Nketiah, I'm like, why? Like, you're in the good shooting position. MD Agency says give Man United Ramsdale. They're the same with Onana. Tawanda says Onana isn't the issue, it's their defensive structure. Rodder says everyone is watching the Real Madrid game. Good. Chosen One says, like you said, I think they're so committed to the system, so it prevents a little bit of spontaneity. Although it's been working, so I can't complain. The players are still producing. They're producing. We're finding ways. I think that's the best way to say it. Like when they say the team is producing, but like our individuals that we expect to be scoring the goals sometimes are not really like doing it. The one thing that I saw somebody tweet this, and I thought, no matter how the style of play is, the one thing that's most important in order to win the league, there's three things. Having like a very, very good defense is the first one. The second is physically imposing and game-changing midfielders, and then clinical and like ruthless forwards. That's no, if you don't have those, no matter what your style is, you won't win. You won't win the league. So right now we have that first piece of like that defense. We have the best defense in the league. It's unforgiving. We don't give up many chances. We don't give up many goals. Perfect. Midfield, we probably have one midfielder in there right now that's like that game-changing, physically imposing midfielder. That's Declan Rice. We probably need another one. Maybe Kai becomes that. But right now it's like, okay, we're kind of there, but not really. And then you have the ruthless forwards. Martinelli and Saka, when they're on it, they're ruthless and clinical forwards. Right now, maybe only Saka is really giving that energy. And we know that Gabriel Jesus is not that. We know Nketiah is not that. So, and Trossard is really clinical, but he doesn't play enough. So, yeah, we need to build that up. We need to build that up a little bit more. And maybe that's, getting a midfielder in January, and maybe Thomas Partey stays and stays fit. If you get Declan Rice and Partey in there and they can play with each other for a while, that's a physically imposing, game-changing midfield with Odegaard, and then your forwards just have to be really clinical. Yeah. MD Agency says Martinelli and Odegaard will take time to kick in because of injuries. Chosen One says it's madness that Saka is already on 6 goals and 9 assists. Yeah, it is. That's because Saka is like, he's getting that Salah gene. He's getting that Salah gene, which is what we want our forwards to have. I think Salah is one of the best forwards on the planet. I think he's been that for a long time. It's weird. I feel like he's underrated in a way because he doesn't look a certain way when he does things, which I don't think that really matters. And that's why, like, if I had to choose anybody for Saka to be like, it's Salah. It's efficient, it's fast, it's direct, it's tons of GA, and it's consistent. And that's who I'd want Saka to have, like, be like, if that makes sense. And so Saka definitely has that. So him having 6 goals and 9 assists is kind of like, oh, that's surprising. But at the same time, like, is it? Saka just kind of does the business no matter what. So yeah, I'm going to pull this down now because we don't need to be looking at this anymore. There's 101 of you guys in here. So make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you guys are going to, go hang out and go watch the game, somewhere else, that's fine. Like, if you want to come back for halftime, I'll be here to discuss a little bit more. But this stream is actually going to redirect you straight to the player rating. So you can leave it up on your browser. You can leave it up on your phone. You don't have to go anywhere else. But I do have it pinned as well in the comment section for the player rating. So if you guys decide to hop in, hop out, you guys know where to find me after the game. Kashimomo says, "Ayo, I can't lie. I think this is going to be hilarious because as far as you've said, you're nervous wreck watching Arsenal matches." Yep, I am. Like, I don't hide the fact that I'm not a good watcher, so I'm doing these for you guys because you asked for them. So this is all on you. Eat, drink, and talk football says Saka contributes on and off form. That's what world-class players do. MD Agency says, why is Tomiyasu so underrated? Do Arsenal fans understand what a player Tommy is? I don't know. I do think he's kind of underrated in some ways. I do think that, I still would prefer him on the left, but that being said, I think he's a fantastic player, and I'm glad he's finally getting the flowers that he deserves now that he's able to play more games. Dawn Nature says, no, I want to watch it with you. Well, I'll be here. I'll name this account later. Says, hi, Jess. Would you recall Patino from loan in January? No, I would not. Leave him where he is. Let him play day in and day out, week in, week out. Trini Gunner says, how about your player ratings now, Jess? I can't rate them before the game. I can't rate them before the game. So not quite yet, but they're in the tunnel now. We have a really tall team. I'm looking at this like Saliba, like I'm looking at their team and looking at our team in the tunnel. Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Tommy, Havertz, all standing there, and they only have like one player that's taller than them, which looks like that Danso. So we are a very tall team. Boy says Tomiyasu doesn't get the shine other defenders get because he's not as flashy. Yeah, that there's that, and I think it's also just the case that like he didn't cost a lot. He doesn't have, people just think that he's just somebody that we panic bought, and so there's a lot of things that go into it. I think the way that you were purchased, how much you were purchased for, where you came from, things like that also can come into play. Jason Johnson says goals win games, defense wins you titles. I'm staying with you just for the full 90. Yeah, it's funny because that old adage doesn't seem to apply to to Arsenal, but it applies to everybody else. Like the dismissiveness of our defensive record so far has been something that I found to be quite strange. But if we were scoring a lot of goals, but we were giving up quite a few, they'd be saying they can't win it because they don't have a good enough defense. Chosen One says even Saka is 5'10". I think about 2 inches of that is his hair. Carlos says, we can't put any of our players on world-class pedestal until they win a major. We clown Kane for it, so everything is a work in progress. I don't actually agree with that at all. I think Harry Kane, if Arsenal fans were clowning Harry Kane and saying that he couldn't be world-class without winning a trophy, then they were just lying to themselves, because Harry Kane, you can't say that he wasn't world-class because he hasn't won anything. Like, that's not how it works. Being world-class, being a world-class talent is an individual thing. It's not a team-based thing. So you can absolutely be world-class without winning anything. Does that make the remit higher? Probably. But any Arsenal fan that thought that they could say Harry Kane was not world-class is a liar. He's been world-class for 5 years now. So yeah, you can absolutely be world-class without having to win anything because it's an individual thing. And you can't help it if you're playing for a side that doesn't win anything, but you're just missing out on those honors. You can't say that player doesn't deserve it. So yeah, but I do think we have one player that's world-class right now. But we all know who that is. I'll name this account later. Says, which Arsenal players would you say are world-class? I think Saka is world-class. I think Saliba is one season away from being world-class. If he does what he did last season, this season again, which he looks like he is, to me, he'd be world-class. And Odegaard needs another world-class season. Martinelli needs maybe 2 world-class seasons. Like, to me, Saka, he's also done it on the world's biggest stage at the World Cup too. People don't take that into consideration. They're like, you need Champions League, but we all know that the World Cup is the biggest stage. It just is, So for me, Saka is our one world-class player. And the other ones just need a couple more seasons. And Declan Rice as well, like, because he's had world-class seasons, but I think he probably just needs to have one at Arsenal, and that's about it, So Declan Rice is another one. I forgot about him for a second. Boy says Saliba and Rice are world-class. At the end of the season, they will be largely considered world-class, I think, by most people that aren't our rivals. So there you go. Oh, we're about to start and I'm getting that nervous feeling. Oh, I'm sorry. Their captain is not Danso. Their captain is their goalkeeper. I should have noticed that, but I didn't. So yeah, they're playing with Samba at the back. That's their goalkeeper and captain. Danso is at the center of their back three. Mendy, I think he play for Leicester last season. 2 players I don't know anything about, and then Eli Wahi, who we know is like a dangerous player. Arsenal need to be on it. This is going to be I think this is going to be a harder game than people think it's going to be. And Sevilla didn't do us any favors. So, so yeah, you don't want to have to go away to PSV and get something, do you? So yeah. It's going to be a tough game. Tough game. Come on, Kai. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So if I don't if I don't look at your comments right away, it's because I want to concentrate on the game a little bit. And sometimes you guys give things away. So I kind of intermittently flick back and forth. So don't hate me. And no, there's not going to be a timer. So sue me. But maybe I'll put the score up there. You guys know I'm never organized on these things. And we're off. We're doing the business. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Got to be in the physical battle, guys. They're going to try to make it difficult for us. Early days. Good switch out, Odegaard. Let's go. Look at all the smoke. Oof. I am so nervous. Good, Saka. Please don't give away the ball, Jesus. Good. Oh, unlucky. Come on, guys. The good thing about watching the game like this, that's not a foul or anything. That's not a foul or anything. Is that you don't have to listen to the commentary. You know, I don't like listening to the commentary. It's not my thing. I think they always sound so stupid, especially when they talk about us. So it's nice not to hear them. And then you also don't have them influencing what you are seeing. Which, like, sometimes for Arsenal, look at where Raya is, by the way. That's the reason why he's in there and Ramsdale is not. Oh, Saka, terrible touch. That's really good from Raya. And that's the reason why Raya is in there and Ramsdale is not, because Ramsdale's starting position when he plays out from the back is never that far forward. Raya it plays more like a center back there in possession. And so that's something that I think people don't really take into consideration when they're talking about the differences between the two. But when you're listening to commentary, I think sometimes like if we don't score in the first 10 minutes, they'll say, oh, well, Arsenal slow start. They don't look like they got going. They don't look like this. They don't look like that. But it's only been 10 minutes, you know? So that's why I don't really like listen to them that much, because I feel like they paint how you feel about the game. And sometimes it's like their personal things get in the way. And I'm like, well, what do I actually feel? Do I actually think that we're playing poorly? No. Good job, Kai. Good. You know, so I don't like listening to commentary. Tawanda says, come on, you Gunners. Ify says, the last time I put the score, Lons won, so this time I'll lay low. Tawanda says, remember, no goal spoilers. I'll wait, Jess. Tawanda says, Tomiyasu is on form. And Trini says, has Tommy taken Ben's spot? You know what? I never considered that. That was like the one thing that was like, no way he took Ben's spot. I don't think he did. I don't think he has. If Ben White has been fit for a while, I would agree with that, but he was training separately from everybody else. So you would think that if somebody has been training separately, that maybe he's not 100%. So if a couple more games go by and Ben White is fit and training with everybody, then I think we can say, yeah, Tommy probably took his spot if Ben White doesn't get it back. Let's see if we can get a little bit of possession here. Let's take good touches, Odegaard. Come on. Come on, guys. Good. See if Martinelli can find a pass forward, maybe. No. End up passing it backwards. Yeah. We were trying to pass it through there. Martinelli. I mean, that was a hard pass to take, so I don't think that was really on Martinelli. I think that was kind of like a slightly not so good pass from Rice. But yeah, we were trying to build up there. If we can make that a little bit smoother. Great interception. Good job, Zinni. Good job. Zinchenko, for a small guy, wins a lot of aerial duels, which I think people don't take into consideration. When they're like, he can't defend at all. I'm like, well, he can win some aerial duels. That's something he can do for sure. Yeah. Come on, Tommy, let's go. Oh. You know what? I don't mind that. There was no one to pass it to. There was nothing was going to happen there. So he just kept dribbling forward and wanted us to throw in. Good job. I don't mind that at all. Now let's try to get a shot on goal. Yeah, I'm nervous. We have the weirdest throw-in routines on the planet. I mean, sometimes they work and it's like, ooh, that was clever. And then sometimes I'm like, just throw it to us, you know? I get what we're trying to do, but come on, guys. Find those little triangles. Let's go. Unlucky. Keep them there. Keep them there. Touch it. Good, Rice. Keep them there. Let's go. Great ball. Look. That was really good from Arsenal. That's a great ball from Zinchenko. Gabriel Jesus is offside, so even if anything happens there, he's off. But I think he should do better. He has to get some sort of like decent contact on that. You guys will let me know if you agree or not, but contact should be better, don't you think? Come on, come on, come on. And now they're on the attack a little bit. Let's see how we deal with it. We've pushed them all the way back. We're in our shape now. Let's go. Come on. Make them make a mistake. Make them make a mistake. Let's go. They're already. Oh, Jesus. Slipped. Being patient. Good. Make them pass all the way back. Good. You're going to go long. Let's see if we can win it. Good. Tommy wins it. Oh. Come on, Odegaard. I mean, that's a hard touch, but I know he can make that. We should win that. Oh, Declan. Unlucky. They're doing a good job keeping possession here. We're trying to force them into making some mistakes here. Played out. Good, Kai. Now relax. Give us the pass. Good. Just relax. Just relax. We got the ball now. Come on. Make the decision fast. Come on, Declan. Make the decision. Come on. Good. You cannot lose it there, Martinelli. You can't. Good. Now we're going backwards. Where's the pass? Good. Tons of time. Let's try to do something quickly. Where's the next gear, you guys? Where's the next gear? I don't even mind that ball from Tommy. Good job. I didn't even really mind that. Like, I wish somebody had been running toward that. Trim says, Jess, you look nervous. I am nervous. I am hella nervous. You guys know I don't watch games well. I am very nervous. I'm not a good watcher. I don't know why. Been traumatized. Good, they kicked it out. Jason says, I like this watch along. You do a good job. Thank you. I'm just watching. Philip says, I'm sure you're not gonna do United and get only a draw against Lens like they did against Galatasaray after being 2 goals up twice. Yeah, that's a really good pass from Tommy there. Tommy's on it so far. Let me put the comments down because you guys are so funny. Oh, I thought that went in almost. Tommy, that's a great cross. That's a great cross, Tommy. Great cross, Tommy. Just a simple football. Overlap, hit it to him. He's onside. Boom. And you know what? On another day that goes in, he heads it back in the direction that it came from. It almost goes in. Let's go. Let's go. Raya, don't scare me. So far, so good. Now we need to get, let's pump up the volume a little bit. I am very nervous, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying. Okay. Confident. In between the lines. Oh, that was so good. We finally passed in between the lines. Because people keep trying to tell me that Rice cannot do it. He can do it. Yes! Oh my God! Yes! He scored! Ah! Okay. Oh my God! He's here! He's arrived! You guys, wait. I'm not okay. I don't want to get too excited yet. Are they gonna take it away? Or anything? Because you guys know how I feel. I'm like, it's hard to celebrate. Is Jesus offside? It doesn't matter because somebody else hits it first. Yeah, they hit it first. Then Gabriel Jesus. No foul or nothing. No foul or nothing. And Kai's just the only one who follows it in. So the one thing I will say about this is that all started with Rice passing the ball in between the lines to Gabriel Jesus forward, and then everybody kind of like did their thing and it shuffled it around and scared them. So again, people keep saying that goal given, good. I don't even know what they were looking at, but Rice can't pass between the lines. He can. We just have to take more risks and not be scared. There's nothing to even look at on this goal. Like, there's nothing bad about it. They just wanted to look and cause drama. Now let's get a freaking another one. A goal in the first 15 minutes, scored by Kai motherfucking Havertz. Look at Arteta. Let's fucking go. Let's go. All right, change the score. I'm going. Now let's score again. That was a really nice goal. And it, like, again, it all started with Declan Rice passing it in between the lines to Gabriel Jesus, which is something that over the last couple of games we just did not do. We would not pass it in between the lines to our dangerous players and move those pieces around. Gabriel Jesus, the ball stuck to his foot. He wiggled through some players, moved them around. Let's go. Guys, that might be 3 goals in 7 days for Kai Havertz, is it not? When did Germany play? No, maybe not. But he scored a goal in his last 3 goals in his last 4 games in all competitions. Get back. Oh shit. Saliba got beat there. Whew. Saliba got beat there. Whew. But I'm telling you that Eli Wahi, we were linked with him. I was like, I don't know if that's what we need, but he's a dangerous little striker. He's like that Openda guy that we saw play against RB Leipzig. They're in the same mold, those two. Openda used to play here, I think, for Lens, so that makes sense. But just good, little strikers, you know? So, yeah. Let's go. Good, Tommy. I like that shit. Excuse me? Ref! Someone needs to get a yellow for that. Excuse me? And people try to act like we're doing the most when it comes to Saka. No. We're not. Are you okay? No one gets this treatment. No one gets this treatment but Saka. They talk about Grealish, but Grealish doesn't get smashed like that. They just trip him. Saka is like a little gladiator, though. He just keeps going. Remember when that guy, Steve Nichols, tried to say that he likes to roll around and he likes to come off the pitch? Clown. That was never the truth. That was never the truth. Chosen One says, ain't no way they trucked my boy like that. Be careful, Gabrielle. Okay. Owathi says, really enjoyed this watch along, Jess. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I really appreciate that. Tawanda says Kai Havertz is here, King Kai. And Aman says he got sandwiched. He really did. Chosen One says Saka gets fouled like he's a WWE superstar. And then people think, oh, well, that's what happens to all the good players. I don't see that happening to Rashford. I don't see that happening to Foden. I don't see that happening to anybody. It happens to Saka, and it's they've made it okay to tackle him in a way that nobody else gets tackled. I don't see anybody else getting this treatment. And he'll persevere beyond it, trust, but I still think it's wrong. I still think it's wrong. Another foul. Okay, that's 2. That's 2. In fact, that's 2. I'm writing it down. How many fouls are you going to have before you get a yellow? I'm writing that shit down. All right, let's go. C. Wilder says, I can't remember one good Nichols take. There hasn't been one. Tawanda says, pass it through. Kai should pass it through there, I think. Good Rice. Wahi and Openda are hella quick players. Exactly. They're not like big, strong strikers, but they're definitely strikers. Maybe like Defoe types, you know? Quick and tricky and all that kind of stuff. Pass it through. Good. Ref, you're defending. Nah, I think the ref got in our way there. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not even going to hold you. I think the referee effed us over there. Good. Just let it go out. Good job, Tommy. Oh, it didn't go out. So, let's see. Dale says Steve Nichols is an idiot 50% of the time. Tawanda says Saka is a strong kid. I agree. Let's go! Hey! Moron. I got my little list out. I should be writing notes like a professional anyway. But I'm definitely going to be clocking these fouls. That's for freaking sure. Since people are lying. Keep playing. Keep going. Saka. Excuse me? Are we 2-0 up in the first 20 minutes? Bitch. And what? Get in! Y'all, I'm so proud. I'm so proud, you guys. Look at this. Look like us from last season. Saka dribbles in, cuts in, takes on a couple of players, and then it goes through, and we just hit it. Well, he didn't hit it. He took a little touch, but that is so good, Gabriel Jesus. That is so good, Gabriel Jesus. He cooked them. He cooked them. He cooked them so badly. Woo! Woo! Saka, that is freaking brilliant. And that's an assist because Saka actually touches that. Saka assist. Saka assist. That is a Saka assist. Yes. Saka assist. Yes, it is. He touched it. He touched it. He touched it. Did you see that? He touched that. And what? And what? He touched it. Hello? Excuse me. Okay, let's not get crazy now. You're offside. Good. We are cooking. Okay, Amon says Saka better get that assist. He better, because it is an assist, 100%. Christian says all he does is score in the UCL. Better than not scoring ever. Ivy says Gabriel Jesus has scored in all of his appearances in the CL. Boy says just need Odegaard and Martinelli to get a goal now. Saka needs one, but he'll probably take one anyway. Listen. 2 goals in the first 22 minutes of the game, and we're playing like really good football. You guys, I might freaking cry. This might be it. This might be the breakthrough that we needed. It just might be. It just might be. Go, Kai! Kai, go! Martinelli! Shoot! Yeah! Goal and assist for Saka. Goal and assist for Saka. Goal and an assist for Saka. Now I need to see that Raya pass again, because was that not Raya that passed it long there? I am high on Arsenal supply. Whew. Kai, that was so good. And Martinelli cooked. Good. You took a shot and see. Okay, let me say something. That's what happens when you shoot. You never know if you don't shoot. Martinelli takes the shot. Goalkeeper makes a freaking mess of it, and Saka's there to put it away. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I have so much to say, but I really want to see that Raya pass again, because again, that is what we've been missing. Pass it long. Martinelli brings it down. Kai gets it. We go forward. It's brilliant. It's so good. That's exactly what we've been looking for. Oh, that's an alarm outside. Social Joy says we lack attack apparently. 7, 8, 9 have scored. Odegaard grab one. It's time for Odegaard to grab a goal. That's for sure. Funnily enough, Saka. Oh, that was so close. Saka is cooking, you guys. Saka is on another freaking level today. Saka's doing something. Okay. They're rattled. They're rattled. Get another one. They're so rattled. It's so funny. Like, let's not give them anything. Let's us keep going and prospering, okay? Yo. Let me not say much. Listen, if the game kind of continues on in this vein, I do feel like we'll speak mostly about Saka and Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli, but right now my man of the match is Tomiyasu. Tommy is cooking. Tommy is out there. He said, you know, there might be a little spot up for grabs. There might be a little spot up for grabs. Tomiyasu is not playing with them. He said, Ben White, if you slip up, I'm there. Zinchenko, you slip up, I'm there. Okay, Tomiyasu he's my man of the match so far. Some of the stuff he's doing right now, I'm like, who is this? Man, I'm loving this. Keep going. Oh, man, some of this stuff we're doing right now is so good. What I like about today is we're taking risks. That's what I like. We're taking risks. We're passing forward. We're pressing high. We've pressed a lot more, pressed higher, and with more intensity than we have all season. We're passing with a lot more pace. We look really confident on the ball. There's a lot of things we're doing today that we haven't seen in a long time, or at least for the most part this season. I'm moved. Tommy said, I don't give a fuck. Tommy! That was so good! Tommy! Score off of this, please. Yes! Tomiyasu, that was so good! Tommy, that was so good. Tommy! Martinelli, the finish. But you guys. They're going to show me the Tomiyasu pass again because, bitch! Is it offside? No, he's keeping him on. That pass was sensational. That pass was sensational. What was I saying right before that goal went in? Tomiyasu is on another. Ben White, are you cooked? Tomiyasu, that ball was so good. My goodness, I'm gonna cry. That pass. You must not know about me. Wow. Good defending, Saka. And it's just a throw. That's really good defending from Saka. You guys. I'm so proud of Tomiyasu. I don't know what to it's like a proud mother right now. What is this performance? Brilliant. Brilliant. It's so good. When the pass hit left his foot, I was like, please go to someone. Please go to someone. And I'm sorry if I hurt you guys with the yelling and screaming, but yo, that pass, shit. Aman says, Raya is so good. Raya's looking good, y'all. Dale says, apologize, but I'm going to see what Lee Gunner is saying. Go on ahead. Just make sure you come back, my friend. Aman says, Odegaard needs a goal now. Would love that. Sean says, hold on, let me just see what Saliba does here. Ooh, that was a little bit of a Raya mistake there, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, whatever. Raise your hand if you're going to be flooding Jamie Carragher's mentions with the clips of this match. Jason says the team are levels. C. Wilder says Jess he did another one, no goal at the end. It's just Tomiyasu is just, this performance is moving me. Kai Havertz, you fucking Don. Whoa! Almost. You guys, I'm shaking. Oh, Saka, no. I mean, because they're fouling him. C. Wilder says, mate, Tommy. Social Joint says, Lee Gunner is lost in hit character. He's gone full character. Jay Dassey says, that ball was unbelievable. Christian Hoover says, unreal start. Let's get another. I would love 2 more before halftime. Here to there says, get Saka off, bring on the kids. Lulo says, Gunner's baby. Trini says, I hope Arteta subs Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus off at halftime. Nocturnal Gunner says, put on Trossi, let me see something. Okay, that's what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see a little bit of Trossi, baby. Okay? Because Trossi's cooking in this environment. Okay? But yeah, maybe Saka off at halftime. I wouldn't mind that. But, you know, I was saying this before the game, and I didn't think it was likely, but 4-0 up, we might get to see Lewis Skelly in them. Maybe, you know, last 20 minutes, something like that. Chosen One says they also better not rob Saka of that assist. I'm not going to let it happen. Who do I need to write to? If he does not get that assist, I'm writing to somebody. I'm writing a letter. Seriously, because that's his assist. Like, on period. I'm sorry, but Kai Havertz is just, this is not going to go under the radar. I'm talking a lot about Tommy, but y'all watch Kai Havertz. Watch Kai Havertz. We may have a left 8 on our hands. We may have a left 8 on our hands. You guys, I'm giggly. I'm so happy. I'm going to have like, oh, good. Now let's clean it up a little bit, Gabrielle. Come on now. Ryan, what are we doing? Good pass from Raya. If only Jesus could have held it up. It's fine. Social Joy says Kai carried the ball. He sure did. He sure did. I don't know if I want to read this comment from Seawater, but I think I will. Let me just see what's going on right now. Seawater says Lee is such a fucking penis. When I got in from the pub hammered on Saturday, I went all over his comments, slandering him, and on period. On period. That is hilarious, you guys. Seriously, I'm so excited. I'm gonna do a podcast with Pede from or LeGrove, as you guys know, from Arsenal Opinion. I'm excited to do it. We're gonna get together tomorrow and record something for Friday. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Super excited about potting with him. C. Walter says, I didn't remember, just woke up to loads of angry replies. Roman Van Staden says, no, keep this team until 65 minutes. We need to build rhythm, patterns, and some consistency. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Oh. Did you give up a penalty? Yeah, it's gonna be one of those, isn't it? Well, it's one of those where honestly, if they can't call that after what happened against yeah, they can't call that now because they made such a big deal about what happened against Newcastle. So it's no penalty. Yeah, which is so funny because Newcastle got done badly by that. But let's make sure we don't. I don't want to concede shit. I want a clean sheet. Touch that, Kai. That's so good, honey. You're playing well. He's getting stuck in. Yeah. Somebody said Odegaard needs at least 2 goals. I'll just take one. I'll take one if that's all that's being offered. Like, I don't want to. What are we doing here? That's a foul. Maybe not. That's right, Raya. Good save. You guys, let's not concede now because we've gotten a little complacent in maybe like the last 5 minutes. Let's not. You must not know about me. I do not want to concede. I know it's 4-0, but I just don't even want to at all. Like I really want a clean sheet. I need a clean sheet. Lons have had more possession. That's crazy. Lons have had more possession. And we've had 7 attempts and 4 of them went in the back of the net. That's fucking funny. Yeah, they have slightly more possession, which suits us. Like it suits us not to have so much possession, I think. So yeah. Oof. Okay, Kai, I get you want to be, you're feeling yourself, but let's not give anything away, okay? You know what though? What I'll say about that is like I don't really want Kai to do moves right there, but I need his confidence to go up as high as possible. So we have to concede a free kick there. I don't want that, but you know, he's at least feeling confident enough to get on the ball and make things happen. So, yeah. Let's defend this with our lives, guys. Defend it with your lives. Defend it with your lives. Let's go. Good job, Raya. Shut up. What are they complaining about? Raya came out and punched it. Why do you still have your arms out? It's not a foul, you moron. Get real. Sorry, but they're just asking for like things that would never be fouls. It's so stupid. Good job, guys. Slow it down. Let's go. Do our team. See, I don't mind that. I don't mind that from Gabriel Jesus. I mean, he came deep, tried to receive the ball, Didn't quite come off, but that's fine because we got the foul. Raya gets the ball. You wanted a penalty for that. Grow up. I'm glad Raya punched him straight in the head. Good pass, Gabrielle. That's a foul. Not loving that. Okay, you guys, let's get back on it. Let's get back on it, guys. Let's get back on it. Let's get back on it. Yeah, they're all offside, so it's fine. Let's just relax. Yeah. Raya almost got to that though? I think we just need to put our foot on the ball for a little bit. It's only 5 more minutes until the half. We don't need to score anymore, but we definitely don't need to be conceding. Oh, okay. Come on, guys. End the half strong. Good. Oh, yeah. Good. And a yellow. You hurt? All right. Okay. All right. Only player that's quiet in the front 5 is captain. Would love for him to get a little something. Ooh. Would like it for him to get a little something. Come on. Don't let them out. Good. Yes. Don't let them out. Uh-oh. You guys, we cannot. I don't want to concede, so that's the second time Saliba's gotten beat though by Wahi. That's interesting. Saliba in that wide area, he's getting whooped by Eli Wahi. We need to be careful with that shit. Very, very careful. Yeah, I mean, going 4-0 up, you're going to always have a little bit of complacency at some point in the half, but I'm not really loving what I've seen in the last 10 minutes or so. I just think that somebody needs to put their foot on the ball, kind of, we could pass them a little bit to death right now. We don't need to push for another goal or anything like that. So yeah, I personally just feel like we need to put our foot on the ball. We don't really need to score anymore. So just pass them to death until the end of the half. Yeah. Wahi is a problem. Big problem. Good ball, Gabrielle. Win a second ball. Good. This should be a goal. Unlucky. I don't mind that. I think he should finish, Martinelli, but I like those combinations a lot better. Martinelli, that's a great little run. He actually, should pass it to Gabriel Jesus. He should pass it to Gabriel Jesus. So, but that was a really good opportunity. Next time, just slot it over to Gabriel Jesus. Let's go. I need a clean sheet, you guys. I'm so serious. Do not concede. Saka. Almost. Good job, Zinni. Good defending. Really good defending there. Let's see what we can do here. Can we cook? Can we cook? Tons of space. Bitch! And that's my captain! That's my captain! That's my captain! Tommy fucking Asu, okay? And what? 2 assists. What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying? Oh my goodness. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Odegaard. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. That's all I needed, y'all. Perfect counterattack. Perfect counterattack. Saka, delay. Waited for Tommy to get all the way up there. Tommy made the run, 40-yard sprint. Perfect ball into the area. Bam. Bam. Whew. Tomiyasu, this is a good meal, okay? Tomiyasu is cooking, baby. I like this meal. It is tasty. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. I loved it. I loved it. Delicious. Delicious. That's right. 5-0. And it's halftime. Okay. What do we talk about? Okay, so I'm like rattled. Okay, so Wayne says 5 different goal scorers. Let me read some of your guys' comments first while I get my stuff together. Bad Boy Scope says, get Saliba, Rice, and Saka off for early drinks. Nicholas says, who needs Tony? Mr. says 5-0. Shame the first half had to end. Ify says this version of Tommy is world class. Lulo says, wow, that's crazy. 5-0 is insane. C. Wilder says, bring the kids on. Jason says, I'm really enjoying this watch along. I'm happy you are. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cal says Tommy is as a complete defender, the real defender. Give him a new contract. Here to there says Tommy Kafu. Matt G says Tommy's price just went up to 150 million pounds if Bayern won him. Listen. Off the radar says what an overlap from Tommy. Okay. So did they score? They did score, Napoli. So where do I begin? We scored like 2 goals in the first 15 minutes and 3 goals in the first 20 minutes, which is something that we haven't really been able to do all season. We spoke about it before the game that we haven't been fast starters this season yet. And this is one of the first times that our front three, the front three that we love, have played together. And they've all kind of been in form and all this, or they could potentially get on form and stuff like that. And they're doing it. Every single one of our front three has a goal. Martinelli has a goal. Jesus has a goal. And Saka has a goal, which is great. They're combining really well. The thing about the first goal that I think really stood out to me was that it all started with Rice passing the ball in between the lines to Gabriel Jesus and accessing those central spaces. Like we said, we've really struggled to do so. Our players have just been so high and wide and so isolated, and we need players to come central and get the ball, and we need to take risks. And we've taken those risks and we've been rewarded for it. So ecstatic by, Kai Havertz. Um, it's not even just the goal that he scored. First he had the initial chance. That was a really good header that just went wide. He scores the goal. But if you guys are actually watching, like, what's been most impressive is him on the ball. He's been carrying the ball. He's been like creative on the ball. Like, he's been doing things that I just feel like we've been asking for a while. They're showing our goals over. Yeah, Kai Havertz first goal in the 12th minute. And so we may just have a left center mid on our hands. The second goal, a little bit of a scramble. Saka assist, Gabriel Jesus calm in front of goal, slots it in. I mean, that's great. Martinelli gets it in the box, cuts it in on his right, rebound, goes to Saka, back of the net, 3-0 in the first 23 minutes. Tomiyasu, fantastic ball out to Martinelli. Martinelli gets 1v1 against his defender, cuts in on his right, cuts in on his left a little bit, shoots, back of the net. That's probably my favorite one. Goal number 4. Tomiyasu's pass was out of this freaking world. And then the fifth goal is the perfect counterattack finished off by our captain, Martin Odegaard. Does this just mean that this is probably why every team sits back on us, because they know that this is the cooking that is coming. Every team that's opened up against us has held at least 4. Every team that's opened up has held at least 4. Bournemouth opened up, PSV opened up, and now Lens has opened up, and here we are. And so that might be the reason why teams just decide to pack it in. What I'm most happy about is the confidence jump that some of these players that I feel like are going to get. Gabriel Jesus definitely needs, I don't want to say that he was lacking confidence. I just was hoping that whatever happened in Brazil, he could shake it off quickly. Odegaard, in and out of the team with injuries, definitely needed a goal. And Kai Havertz, we need him to work out. And so there's just nothing else to really say beyond this is the best performance that we put in all season, and it's not even close. Everything was perfect. The build-up, the speed, the flair, everything was there. This is going to be a really fun game to watch back. Now, what changes should we make at halftime? I don't necessarily feel like we should just pull off everybody, but keep the defense pretty much the same, keep the midfield the same, and maybe add Nweri in for Saka. Put him off on the right-hand side. I don't know if he can play there. I'm pretty sure he can. That's something that I would probably consider. But I feel like the Eddie might come on first, or Reece Nelson might come on first. But why not give Ethan Nweri a chance? Why not? And then if we get to like the 60th, 70th minute, maybe pull off Rice or, somebody like that and bring MLS in. Watching that Miley kid that plays for Newcastle play, I just think that, like, if he can play in a high pressure match, why can't our youngsters play in a high pressure match? Like, we pretty much taken most of the pressure off because it's 5-0 already at halftime. I would love to see them. And like, that's no shade to Nelson or Nketiah, but we know what they can do. But it would be kind of fun to see the kids, so I would probably, if I made one substitution at halftime, it would probably be Saka. And, maybe it would be Reece Nelson that came on, but maybe Ethan Nweri would be interesting over on that side. And then if we got all the way to the 70, like get to the 70th minute and then bring in Miles Lewis-Skelly. But I don't really want to like take everybody off. I think when you start taking off everybody, like, I'm not saying that we would concede 3 or 4 goals, but we don't even want to make it a possibility, So yeah, maybe take Saka off, then see if we can take off Rice. Probably leave the defense the way it is. Defenders are probably fine. But maybe take Zinchenko off at some stage if we can. Put Tomiyasu on the other side and put White on. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this. And I'm just like, I'm almost like speechless in a way, because this is not what I was expecting. If you guys watch the preview, if you guys watch like the pre-match vibes, I definitely was like, if we got 2-0, I'd be surprised, because this Lens team has not given up more than a goal in like 12 games. So we have really done them over. Here to There says, yes, Miley and Mano are playing in big games. Let's see our youngsters. Philip says, you haven't played in a top European team in the Champions League yet, so I'll reserve my judgment until you do. I don't care. I mean, it's like you coming in like you're like the authority on who's good and who's not. We haven't seen you play against a proper team, blah, 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 blah. Get out of here. We're winning 5-0 right now. Let's see, Wilder says, bench must be shitting himself. Listen, Ben, that seat's getting hot. That seat's getting hot. Tomiyasu, he didn't just fill in today. And my biggest like gripe with Tomiyasu against Brentford wasn't that I didn't think he defended well. It was that I felt as though there was lacking something in attack. Like him and Odegaard and Saka were kind of like bumbling on top of each other, and there wasn't enough like, something. Today, Tomiyasu is showing that he can do a lot more than just defend. And I don't know, Ben, it's looking a little funny in the light. But the most important thing is that Tomiyasu can step in on both sides, and he's playing at a high level right now. So that allows for, like, if something does happen to Ben White or Zinchenko, we have a really good option there. So I'm really happy for Tommy, because this freaking game, this performance from Tomiyasu, 2 assists, he's my man of the match. Chosen One says, so it's 7 GA in his first 5 UCL games. World class, being on the top of UCL GA provider, the most assists provided, not bad. Off the Radar says, me either. Aman says, this game means we can rotate for the last UCL game as well. Ben says, this is what happens when you don't play a low block against Arsenal. Off the Radar says, United lost to Copenhagen. Exactly. Will says, holy damn, wow, what the F? That is some electric football. Now rivals will know why teams low block us. Boy says, UCL teams don't sit back against us. And Social Joint says, that a Spurs fan talking about top opposition, worry about Villa, mate. It's funny because it's like, oh, I'll reserve my opinion until we don't need your approval. Everybody knows Arsenal are a top quality side. People in the game that actually are like, not even just like pundits, we're talking about different coaches and different players, have all said that Arsenal are one of the best teams in Europe. So we don't need some Spurs fan or some United fan to give us like the seal of approval. We're good. Like, we're good. Only says, Arsenal fans don't realize City is trying to emulate the Arsenal of 2023 or 2003, 2004 Invincibles. Aman says, Odegaard deeper, Kai higher is the way to go. Don't want to see Arteta reverse the roles again. Nabil says, I think we should take off Gabriel Jesus before he gets a knock, maybe bring on Trossi. Although wasn't expecting this from our team, it's nice to see Kai getting those GA. Tommy looks great. And somebody said, like, how it was like, in his last 4 games, Kai, he has 3 goals. That's not bad, for club and country, right? And so when I was saying after the international break that I felt like that goal that he scored for Germany was going to be important, people were like, it's not going to matter for Arsenal. But he scored 2 goals since for Arsenal. I do think that sometimes you just need a goal. You just need something to go your way. And he was on the edges of doing stuff, but sometimes you just need a little something, something. And so I think maybe Arteta did make the right call to start him against this team right after he scored that goal, and Arteta made that big gesture to like get him over to the crowd and stuff like that, because I think everybody knows at this stage that this has to work out with Kai. Like, it has to. It has to. It's too big of an investment. It was too big of a call, and it's too important of a position for it not to work out. So I think Arteta made the right decision there. Whereas first I was like, why isn't Trossard out there? But Kai has repaid that confidence from the manager, and I'm really happy for him, because, like I said, as an Arsenal fan, as much as you may not understand the signing or not love the signing, I think we can all put like agendas aside and say we kind of need this guy to work out at Arsenal, right? Because it just can't happen any other way. I think we can all say that, right? I'm just pulling up some of my stuff to do my thumbnail for the next show. Just to remind you guys, there's 200 of you guys in here. Link is pinned for the player ratings, but if you actually just keep this up on your browser, it'll automatically, once I end the stream, it'll redirect you into the player ratings, so you guys don't have to, go out and find a stream or find a link or anything like that. This will be where we'll do player ratings, and you don't want to miss that. That's for sure. Social Join says, I was expecting goals from us, but not 5-0 first half. We'll take it. This has been our best performance in a long time. Kasim says, hopefully Miles Lewis and Nweri get starts today, or like get to play today. No time better than today. Neil says, you think Arteta brought Havertz purely for more Champions League? You think Arteta brought purely for Champions? I do think he took into consideration his experience in the Champions League and the space and, his aerial ability and stuff like that to give us a different option. I don't know if it was just for Champions League, but you definitely can tell that Arteta had a really well thought out reason why he brought in Kai Havertz. We may not know what it is, but Arteta's too meticulous to just bring him in just because he just happened to be available. It's just a matter of if he can get that to click, right? And it looks like right now it's working. Hellman says, Jess, I love watching your watch along. See you with the energy. Makes me smile and laugh big up. After these days, after these days, I'm dead. You guys have no idea. When I do the watch along and then the player ratings, when I'm done, it's almost just end it now. I cannot do it. So I'm glad you guys enjoy them because they are fun. And you guys are hilarious in the comments. So I enjoy doing these with you guys, but trust, when these are done, I just want a stiff cocktail and to just be able to sit down and freaking relax. Michael says, first English club to go into a Champions League game 5-0 up in history. Nocturnal says, oh, I know. Why are you hating on me? Ashitosh says, should Arsenal keep going or take the foot off the gas? What do you think? I think you have to keep playing your game. You don't want to get complacent. It's a really difficult balance of, wanting to go for more, but also remembering that you have a game at the weekend. So Arsenal don't actually have to push anymore, but you don't want to be so complacent that you start conceding. So I would say I don't think we really need to push for more. I don't think we need to hit the gas because we have a difficult game at the weekend against Wolves. Wolves are not the best team, but they're definitely not the worst. And they're going to be fully rested for the weekend. And we saw when we played against Brentford that it was a little bit of to get going. And so I do think that we have to find that nice balance of still being dangerous enough where they don't feel like they can just keep trying to attack us. Don't give up any silly goals, be professional. And Arteta slowly takes some players off, So yeah. Maybe we're making some substitutions. Kiwi and Ben White with this short, raggedy hairstyle. Child, I cannot wait for that thing to grow out because that hair does not work on Ben at all. I'm not feeling it. Ben coming on and Kiwi coming on. So that must be our fullbacks off. Or maybe Gabrielle. Those are their people. I was 23. I don't love taking off both fullbacks, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. Saw a super chat here from Curved Glass. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Says, love your insight. Thank you so much. Sometimes I get things right. Sometimes I sound smart. So thank you so much. I really appreciate the fact that you're enjoying. Let's see. Is he taking Tommy off? We needed Tommy to get that hat trick of assists. Okay, so Tommy off. Ben White on. Ben White straight into the mess. And then Kiwior on for Zinchenko. So both of our fullbacks off. And maybe there's just an element of we're going to need these two players to play against Wolves. So let's give Kiwior some much needed minutes and Ben an opportunity to get his fitness up. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm so annoyed that Tommy's not going to get that hat trick of assists. I needed that. I needed that. I needed it badly. All right, let's see how we do this. Woo! Good job, Ben. Yeah, the thing about Ben is like I was telling Gabby, who's in the chat right now, that the reason why Ben cut his hair short was because that peroxide messed up his hair. And so when he dyed it back like black, it was like all fuzzy and weird, like a weird texture. So he just needed to cut it all off. So I bet you that's what happened. Peroxide is not for everybody. And really, I really hate when people do the peroxide because it puts an unnecessary target on your back. you know? Um, let's see it long. People are still filling in at the M's. People are still filling in at the M's. It's still like a lot of empty seats, but I'm sure people are getting trying to get warm and also getting boozed up. So yeah. Ooh, Odegaard, come on, we gotta pass it to us, honey. Gotta pass it to us. Why is Jesus fouling him? Maybe the plan is to really disrupt them this whole half and like, make it difficult for them to get any sort of rhythm. The ease at which Wahi is going past all of our defenders is actually like disturbing because he went straight past Kiwi there. Like this guy, I'm glad we're winning 5-0. That's all I'll say. Because he has had run of the Emirates. Okay, Kai, we lost the ball there. Why? Yeah, a little messy at the start of this half, but yeah, that Wahi guy, he's just running past our defenders. So fast and like easily. It's so weird. Which is hard to do because our defenders are not they're not bad, Eli Wahi is who people think Eddie Nketiah is. That's not nice, I know. I just thought I'd put a little joke in there. But yeah, that guy is just dribbling straight past our defenders. It's making me die. Because I can be relaxed about it. Okay, let's not get silly now. Good job. Yeah. I think we just need to settle into a rhythm this half. I would imagine that it's just hard to keep once you're up 5-0, it's hard to keep that same intensity. But at the same time, we just don't want to give them anything. Why is Odegaard and Saka getting each other's way there? Come on, y'all. Get off each other. That was really good work from Saka, kind of ruined because they didn't really talk right then. So get off each other. Come on. Aman says Eli Wahi even got past Saliba twice. He got past Saliba twice. Come on, Kiwi. Kiwior's killing me. His facial expression. Let me stop. Let me be serious. His face looked like I have to impress. Oh my god, poor baby. Poor baby. You guys, we're gonna concede. This is not looking good. Get your foot on the ball. Oh my god, Jesus. Wahi just nutmeg Ben White. He's having the run of the Emirates. It's crazy. This kid is good, actually. He's really good. Good player. Good player. Can't deny that. We look a little on the undercooked side, so we need to wake up again. And that needs to come from our leaders. We need Odegaard, Rice, and stuff to get on the ball and calm us down. Right now, I don't think they're doing a good enough job keeping the ball. Odegaard wins it. What do we do? Good. Now pass it. Good. Weak ass pass. Come on, Odegaard. Put some oomph on it. It's cold out there. You can tell. Good. We just need a little bit of this just to put our foot on the ball. We don't need to be too risky. Nothing like that. It's not a big deal. We're winning 5-0. Good. Keep going. Keep this ball. Good. We just have to keep the ball. They don't have it. Then we're fine. Oh, Martinelli should have went down. Low key. Should have flopped. Only is the day says Rice needs a goal. That would be great. 11 says Wahi will go to the next level having Thierry as France under 21 coach. Tawanda says Wahi is a baller. Look raw as hell. Boy says Jess now Jess got a calm watch along. It is calm. It's the calm watch along right now. Only as the day says Wahi is all right. Let's see. Tawanda says, ooh, good job, Kai. Ooh. What are we doing? Okay. Tawanda says, did you see what Johnny Medrose had to say about Kai? Very interesting. What did he say? I remember he said, like, you just gave Arsenal the RVP regen or whatever. I remember him saying that. What else did he say? We have some really interesting characters in football Twitter, YouTube. Very interesting characters. He's one of them. Obviously, Lee Gunner is another. Hussam is hilarious. Hussam is one of the funniest expressions. We have some really interesting characters. Goldbridge, he's hilarious too. So yeah, we have some very interesting people in this space. And a lot of them are characters. Like I'm pulling out the ones that are like more characters and not really themselves. All of them are like they pretend, you know. We're popping it around now. Popping it around now. Good. Our ball. No, I thought that was our ball. Boy says man called Kai RVP regen. I think he did. I think he did. Boy says Hussam is great. He gives very candid commentary. C. Wilder says I don't mind Hussam. I don't either. I think Hussam's funny. We just have some characters that are hilarious. Called that foul against us. So yeah, I think good job, Saliba. Finally saw off Wahi. Saliba finally got a point on Wahi. Finally. Because it wasn't looking good. Let's go. Kiwi, it's okay. Yeah, we just need to kind of pass it around. There's no reason to like push or anything, really. Great ball. Oh, Martinelli, I think should do better there. Let's see. Ashutosh says, do you think this Eli fellow would be good for Arsenal player who will be a threat? The only reason why I wouldn't want him is because, not because he's not any good, but I think we need to go one level up. But, if we needed like a developmental striker underneath an already established one, he'd be a good one. But we need kind of to focus on like the next guy, you know what I mean? Like our main striker. Eat Drink Football says one thing about Lee Gunner is he's not a flip flop about what he says, and you have to respect expressions is shameless but hilarious at the same time. The thing about when like Lee Gunner is like, I think most people would accept his version or his narrative more if he wasn't so obviously hoping that things went badly for the sake of things. Like, I think that's really where people draw the line. Like, you cannot rate Mikel Arteta. You can think that the project has taken too long. You can think that some of our players are not any good. But when you're caught on camera, like actively looking like you're upset that we're scoring goals, it's really hard to support somebody like that, despite having a different opinion from them. And I don't think Goldbridge is unlikable. I think I don't think he's unlikable. I just think that like his character is a little cringe, but I find it funny, so, but that's just me. And being in this space, you realize really quickly who's playing a character and who's not. And we got a lot of characters. Ooh, Martinelli. Oh, he got the ball. Really? Okay. Okay, we need to be careful here. I just want to see us pop the ball around and be boring. That's what we're kind of doing, but yeah. Eric says Lee doesn't celebrate when Havertz scores. Yeah, for me, that's just not as much as I don't rate Eddie and how much I think sometimes like Eddie can hold us back. When Eddie had the hat trick, I celebrated like everybody else. I think that's the difference. Nobody will ever. It just becomes a little bit too much, I know people that don't really rate the project and all that kind of stuff. Like I get that, but they still want it for Arsenal and not for personal gain, you know? Let's see. Jordan Hill says, what about Hugh Wizzy? Although he's been MIA lately. I didn't really watch a lot of his content when I was, when he was more active. I didn't really watch a lot of it, but he seems like a good YouTuber. He's so good that he doesn't have to be that consistent and still probably gets really big numbers. And I think he does like other stuff, not just football related stuff all the time. But yeah, he's fine. Like I don't think he has strong opinions. I think he's more of like when things are going on, I'm going to go live and, yeah. I don't think he really has that like strong opinions. Why are they throwing balls out there? Let's see who else is good. I like Alice Abrams. She's a Manchester United fan. She's actually really funny. I like her. She's herself. She's not a character, but I think she tells the truth about her team and other teams. I like her. Yeah, there's good people and there's bad people. But yeah, I tend to I'll be watching Goldbridge tonight for sure. Like trust. Like tonight is the night I'm definitely going to be watching Goldbridge. That's going to be freaking hilarious. So yeah. Let's see. Eric Flores says you're not holding grudges and love the club. Yeah, and I'm open to being wrong. Like if I'm wrong about something, I'll say it. I've gotten loads of things wrong. Like I didn't know about Ben White at first. I thought probably my worst take ever was Ben White is even better than Rob Holding. But the moment the shirt went on, I was like, okay, this guy, he needs to work. He needs to be that guy. And I've said multiple times that I was definitely wrong about Ben White. He's been really, really good for us. So I don't hold on to agendas just because I'm so afraid to be wrong. Like if I'm wrong about something, I'm just wrong about it. Like it just is what it is, Yeah, the flying pig, he's hilarious. Another one that's like really good with wordplay, which I just don't know how people are good at it. Um, I don't know how people do that, how they think of those little quips so quickly. Um, he's really good at it, the flying pig guy. Let's see who else is good. Yeah, those are the main ones. And I'm kind of glad that like from an Arsenal perspective, we've kind of gotten away from the screaming at the top of our lungs, like veins bulging out of our head type thing, because that was getting really like kind of embarrassing for a while. We're kind of gotten away from those being like the main people representing the fan base, which I like. Eat Drink says X is the king of wordplay. He really is. He's very good at what he does, and that's talent. Like, people are probably, oh, his opinions, it doesn't matter. He's really, really good at the wordplay, and like he's basically a comedian, which is hard to do. Being a comedian is a hard job. Come on. We need this clean sheet, you guys. I knew the second half was kind of going to be like that, like this. It's not a big deal, but ooh, is it? Yeah, it's not really that big of a deal, but I knew the second half wouldn't be as exciting as the first because we're up 5-0. Marco said, you said it right, Jess. You're open to being wrong. Lee is not. When we win, people like Lee will put an asterisk on the title. Yeah, because it took, like, if we ever won the league, it would be, well, it took us 20 years to do it, so it doesn't count, Boy says Expressions is the funniest football content creator on YouTube. Some of his wordplay is illegal. Exactly. And the other thing about being if you're like known as a negative or you're known as a positive, it kind of doesn't allow for you to like, it'll help you grow faster. It does. It helps you grow faster as a content creator if you're binary and you only do one or the other thing. But the thing is that if things go against you and like if you're a really positive one and you're positive just for like toxic positivity, when things go bad, you have to pretend like it's positive to keep things going. And so like the way I've done things is I just say how I feel, whether it seems negative or positive or not. I don't have an agenda. I've grown slower, but it feels more authentic because I don't want to have to concoct things for the sake of it. Good. Ooh. That was a really bad tackle. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't want to have to like not say how I actually feel because it doesn't fit with the brand that I built up. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have that. Good tackle, Rice. Good play from Jesus. Terrible tackle on Odegaard. Let's go. Ben says, why is Arteta not taking off some of our attackers? We're up 5-0. Give Saka and Jesus a rest. I think, well, he's about to bring on Reece Nelson now, but I do think you want to make sure that, like, okay, you took off both of your fullbacks first because you need them. We're not going to have to attack that much, so you don't expect nothing to really happen to your forwards right now. You want to give them maybe 15 minutes. You want to give them like 15 minutes or something like that, 20 minutes. Then you'll start to take off attackers. Then you'll take off more. But I think if you take off too many people, you run the risk of conceding a couple of goals and making it more nervy than it should be. I know it's 5-0, but like still, I think Arteta is doing it right. Took off 2 fullbacks at halftime. And Declan, keep running. Yeah, took off 2 at halftime. Then he'll take off 1 more now and maybe a couple more at like the 80th minute. So yeah, I know a lot of people want to see the kids, but like the most that they'll get is like 10 minutes. And that might be just enough. All right, Kiwi, throw that ball in. Okay. Nice try. Yeah, so Reece is going to come on now. And like I said, it was most likely that like Reece and Nketiah would come on before Miles Lewis-Skelly or any of them. Ron says, yeah, come on, Kai, get another goal just to pee off Ebenezer. Mike says, Jess, you and DG are my favorites. Y'all tell it like you see it and well-rounded. The thing about about Diluted is he's exactly the same. Like it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. He doesn't concoct anything to be positive or negative. He just says how he feels. And it's a harder way to do things because you don't grow as fast, but it feels a lot better. Because I'm not about to sit here and be thinking, oh shit, we've been playing really well, but I've concocted this negativity thing. So I have to pretend like I'm not happy about it. No, that's not going to feel good. Sean says, I'm torn between wanting to see Saka subbed and preserved and wanting to see him get more opportunity to break Hazard UCL group stage record. More important for Saka in his first time in, he'll get the opportunity. He will beat those records as time goes on. But what we need him for is the Premier League too. He's played a lot of minutes. So I think Arteta's doing it right. He's doing it right. Okay, Odegaard, that was much better. Looking more like yourself on the ball. Good pass from Kiwi. Touch it. Good, Kai. Yes. Why did we score? What happened? What did he call? He called a foul? What are you calling? That's not a foul. That's never a foul. Great work, Kai. He went that goalkeeper fouled his own player. The goalkeeper fouled his own player. Fuck off. Nah, for real. I'm not even playing. That's never a foul. That's never a foul. Grow up. Referee just gave it to them because they were crying about it. Referee is a joke. That was a good move. That was really clever by Gabriel Jesus. Very, very, very clever by Gabriel Jesus. He looked, he saw the guy was going to run in through the back of him, and then as soon as he felt contact, he went down. I like that. Ify says, Kai, Zidane, Havertz. That was a great move from Havertz. Watch Gabriel Jesus. You see how he's looking at the guy, backs into him, gets the foul. Smart. Chosen One says, Lon's got to chill with these fouls. Nashville says, hot take, Nelson is our best Brazilian. I agree with that. Matt G says, who is this number 29 kid? He's quality. Well, I've heard that he's the Robin Van Persie region. That's what I've heard. Let's see what we do here. Remember, you guys, this link will take you straight to player ratings. So you don't have to go anywhere else or anything like that. When I end this stream, it'll just be player ratings. So let's go, guys. Let's put in a good ball. Let's go. Good, Martinelli. Oof. If I start looking down, you guys know why. It's because I'm setting up player ratings. So you're like, what are you doing? I got to do work, you guys. Got to work. Let's go. Let's get a goal. Head this in the back of the net. Let's go. I need that. Unlucky. Really, Ben? Ben, what the fuck was that? What was that? That was rank. Oh, I found the perfect picture for the thumbnail. Perfect. When you find the perfect thumbnail picture, it's just like, mwah, it's amazing. Good job, Declan. Perfect. Okay, 20 more minutes left. Look at Noweri and Miles Lewis Skelly. They're so cute. Oh, they're like, please let me on. This is our teammate. It's probably not gonna happen. Gotta be up 10-0. Raya? Good. Yeah, gotta be up 10-0, guys. No chance you guys get in. It's only 5-0. No chance. All right, that's done. Send it. Good little flick. Oh, Reese, unlucky. Jesus has been good today. But this is his competition, isn't it? This is his thing. Ooh, Kiwi! Feel like we should have done better in that little move. Good job, Rice. Good job. Trini says, why is Gabriel Jesus still on the pitch? Arteta? Boy says Arteta is going to actually have to go if not a single one of Skelly, Patino, Noweri makes it at this club under this management. Oof, it's a big call. Darkest says, I've had Jess comment last few games, and yes, her takes are refreshingly agenda free. Yeah, I try not to. I have but you guys know if I have agendas, I tell you what they are. You guys know what my agendas are. Like when I did not like Cedric and I didn't care what was happening with him, like I would just it didn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? So if I have agendas, I'll let you know because I think agendas should be fun as well. Like they shouldn't be like deep. You know, agendas should be fun and lighthearted. Some people take it way too serious. It's not that deep. It really isn't. Good, Jesus. Now pass it. Yeah, Jorginho coming on is hilarious because, put the kids on. Corner. This is the best football we've played since last season. Best we've played since last season. This has been our best. This is better than PSV to me. PSV was great. This has been much better. There's just a lot to say about it. A lot to say about it. I am so happy. So happy. I cannot wait to do player ratings now. Rice doing the corner? Is that the first time that's ever happened? Has he been taking the corners? Good job, Reese. I don't think I've ever seen Rice take a corner for us, or maybe I'm tripping. Good job, Kai. Brilliant game. Good pass. That was Kiwi, wasn't it? Kiwior has been growing into the game. Kiwior growing into the game. His passes down the line, in between the lines, have been good. Ron said thumbnail has to be Ebenezer Gunner wearing a Willy Windy hat and holding a candle with a miserable usual face. Exactly. This has been the worst game of his life. Kai Havertz scoring goals, scoring 5 goals. It's probably been terrible for him. Mike says, just hoping to see FC Cincinnati versus your LAFC in the final. Listen, I'm trying to figure out if I want to go to the game, make the decision today, the game this weekend on Saturday. But yeah, that'll be interesting to go up against Cincinnati. But I'm backing my boys to win it all again. LAFC is so good. It's crazy. Tawanda says Kivior is talented. He will get his chance to start. Yeah, he will. Oh, look at Saliba. That's gonna be a good gif, isn't it? Saliba smiling. That's perfect. I hope somebody gets it. That's a really good ball from Reese Nelson. Really good ball from Reese Nelson. Right in the mixer. Ref. Good. I've really enjoyed this. This has been really fun, guys. Good job. Good job, guys. Ooh. Pass it! Why did Ben wait? Yeah. Oh, unlucky. He should have passed it to Reese earlier, I think, though. He should have passed it a little bit earlier, I think. But that was a nice little run, you know? Philip says, as a rival fan, and you've already won the group, you should play a mixture of kids and experienced players in the final group game. You know who should play in the final group game? Ramsdale. We spoke about this. If we had already won the group by the time we got to the PSV away game, Ramsdale should play because he helped get us here and he deserves to play at least one game in the Champions League. So I would definitely consider playing Ramsdale. And yeah, like a mixture of kids would be cute. And some players that don't play all the time. Nocturnal says, I agree. Vivian says, Jess, who scored our goals? Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, Jesus, and Kai. Basically, the whole front five scored today, which is amazing. Alistair Ben says, I hope Ramsdale plays against PSV so we can get a Champions League medal when we win the Champions League. I like the way you're thinking. Smart. Ivy says the camera needs to stop showing Ben White's hair. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I think he knows it's bad too. Like, I cannot wait for January to roll around and for it to have already grown back because this is not the look. This is not the look. Sean says El Neni has to play against PSV, so he'll get the screamer before 2023 is done. Yeah, maybe El Neni. Maybe El Neni. I feel like Jorginho will play, but maybe El Neni. Like, there's just no reason to play anybody that we're worried about or anybody that needs resting. Like, I would still have some of our starters out there, but yeah, like a mixture of kids and guys that don't play a lot would be great. No, Martinelli doesn't have the stamina for that right now. That ball that Gabriel Jesus just passed for. Sean says, there's no reason to risk Rice. Exactly. Like I wouldn't play Rice, I'd play Jorginho. Odegaard's bitch. It's funny. Reece should play. Kedia should play Miles Lewis Skelly, Noweri. You definitely fouled Odegaard. That's so funny that you're acting like you did it. I almost pressed end stream, y'all. I almost pressed end stream on accident. Whew. Mashu Tosh says this ref is letting a lot of things slide because we're up 5-0, bad tackles. Yeah, no, I agree. I think like that opportunity that we had where Kai did his thing, that was not a foul and he just gave it because they're down 5-0. Like that's all it really is. Bullshit. Call the game. I really almost ended the stream on accident. I've loved this. This has been the best game so far. This has been one of my favorite performances under Mikel Arteta. This is very good footy. Very good footy. Like the positions that our forwards have taken up in between the lines. Been waiting on this for so long. But I get that, you know, things are different. The game state is different. who we're playing against is different. They're not sitting back, so it makes it easier. So I don't expect us to just do this against Wolves, really, but this will give us some confidence. Go on, Benjamin. Take it yourself. Forward. That could have been another goal. That could have been another goal. The runs that we're making, Ben White, he should just take that himself. Yeah, unlucky because Reece Nelson is right there, and if Gabby gets a better, or it's not blocked, his pass back is not blocked, Reece Nelson has a wide open goal. So unlucky. I'd love to get just one more. You know, it's like we scored so many in the first half that I'm like almost like need another fix. Do you know what I mean? I'm a little like I need another jolt of dopamine. Ooh, almost. Almost, Ben. Maybe if your hair was better, it would have went in the back of the net. So yeah. Marco says again, let rivals use the word fluid one more time. Ooh, and Kedia, why? Okay. Ron says, totally agree, Jess Rambo and goal against PSV. Nashville says, Arteta has to let Nelly run around for the full 90 or else he is a terror on the plane ride home. C. Wilder says, Raya, wonder save is what completes the game for me. Raya's been very good today. And I just feel as though like people like they had thrown him away so quickly that I felt like it was a little like, come on. I know that you guys love Ramsdale, but there's no way that it should have just been like 10 games and it was like, okay, I want this guy out. Like I get the way that it's been done it's left a bad taste in people's mouths. I totally understand that. Good job, Kiwi. But he deserved more of a chance and a clean slate because it's not his fault, you know, that he's there. And of course, like he's going to come to Arsenal if he has the chance, you know. This was his dream move, and it started off with the Arsenal fans hating him, like, or some of them, not everybody. So, yeah. I didn't like what I just saw with Martinelli there. He went down like kind of. He's not moving either, really. What happened? Is it like his face or? Yeah, it was his face. I'm just was making sure it wasn't like a knee or any of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, he elbowed him in the face. Well, that's good because if he elbowed him in the face, then it should be a penalty. Nah. Go review it, you bastard. Yeah. See, okay, so let me tell you something about what Martinelli just did here. That is what whatever player that was on Wolves should have did when Vinicius headbutted him. You have to go down theatrically because if you don't, then nobody will look at anything, you know, and it needs to be looked at. So, yeah, I'm glad that he went down the way that he did because that's an elbow to the fucking face and a handball. So, elbow to the face, handball, clear pen in my mind, right? Because it's a pen. So, yeah, I need another dopamine fix. So let's go ahead and get a penalty. Let's go. Who's going to take it, guys? Martin? But yeah, I think it's a penalty for handball, right? Yep. And I think if Martinelli doesn't go down theatrically, they don't really look at it. I'll be really honest with you. What is the it's a handball, you guys. Look at the coach. He's like, "What?" It is like, oh, Martin. Oh, Jorginho. Bruh. What are we doing? I'm not trying to be mean, but like, I don't really want him to take it. Unless maybe he makes it. I don't know. Yeah, he made it. It doesn't matter. Yay! 6-0. Still time for another. Good job. Maybe he needed a little boost after missing the penalty for Italy or something. I don't know. Oh, and you know what? He didn't do as big of a hop, skip of a jump this time. He kind of did like a more normal one. Maybe he's trying to modify his style because the others, it wasn't really working last time. I'm just writing down the goals now to make sure I remember what happened because it's all a blur. It's all a blur now. 6-0 this is the biggest score line for Mikel Arteta. I think the most goals we've ever scored from with Mikel has been 5. So now this is his biggest win as long as we don't concede, which is great. What was goal number 3, guys? Was it the Saka one? And then goal number 4 was Martinelli from Tommy, right? Yeah. Guys, we're the best team on the planet, aren't we? This has been so fun. So yeah, David says, I said it would be close, only 6 goals between the teams, not often wrong, but happy to be so tonight. Exactly. I hear you. It's like, I thought it was going to be so close. But it hasn't been, and I've enjoyed every second of this. I really have. Let's see what we do here. Good job, Raya. I'm not sure what the records are, but I know that this would be our biggest win under Mikel Arteta. I'm not sure about how many, like the group stage record or anything like that. Not quite sure about that. Petrum says the record for Champions League is 7, I think. 7 is our biggest ever European win. We need another. You guys, we kind of need that. Okay. Ashutosh says Martinelli or Odegaard, whose goal was better. It's Martinelli's for me. It's the pass from Tomiyasu. It just blew my whole mind. Like, you guys saw me. That goal just did something. It really did. It really did. What should my title of my player ratings be, guys? That's what I'm trying to think. Oh. Uh-oh. Are we going to concede? Please don't. You guys, I'm doing the thumbnail now. I don't want to do it. I don't want to change it. Clear it. Clear it. Good. Good block, Gabrielle. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That was amazing. Look how we love defending. I love that about us now. That was our ball. Maybe I'm tripping. Come on, you guys. That was almost a goal. Come on, you guys. Don't let them get a consolation. All right. One more. No, we're not going to get that extra one, are we? I would love to get that last one, but we're not going to get it, which is fine. We'll survive. Can't be so greedy, can we? Right? This tea is so damn cold, but I'm going to drink it anyway. Nobody can unnecessarily foul like Enkedia. Just shove somebody in the back. No big deal. What a great day, huh, guys? Who's gassed? And then we have to obviously talk man of the match and all that in the next show. So make sure you guys are, remember, this is going to go straight to the other stream, so you guys don't have to go anywhere. Just waiting for full time. And there it is. All right, guys, I'm going to end this stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for the last 3 hours on this live watch along. Go ahead and stay here because we're going to do live player ratings in just a second. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.